Why do I often want to burn my life into the ground when things are going well? The pressure of the self-seeking mind, the pressure of doing well when things are going well, that pressure is born of needing the outcome. The outcome being, for me to be okay, I need an outcome. The self-seeking mind is always looking to become. And the pressure of becoming, and as you get more and you do well, that increases the pressure of the self-seeking mind. We think that when we are winning, in life, that then we'll feel good. But no, winning creates even more pressure for the self-seeking mind because it never feels a relief from becoming. Because the nature of it is always wanting more, becoming more. So as we gain more ground and we do well, that increases the pressure. That increases the fear. So in that pressure and fear, it's like, if I pull the whole thing down, at least I've been in control, pulling the whole thing down, killing it. And it's because we're under so much intensity and so much, it's driving up the anxiety in us of losing now. You win once, what does that say about me? And now I have to win again, and how does winning now come about? And the mind gives you no rest. And so it's almost like, I could lose all of this. Well, if I burn it all to the ground, at least then I'm in control, I've got rid of it. And it's all to do with that, the pressure that this creates. So then when we say doing well, it means achieving, becoming in the eyes of the self-seeking mind. But is there something else here which is doing well? Meaning, can we shift away from that and shift ourselves into a different place of where we can sense our own presence, where we can just create a small gap between ourselves and that self-seeking mind, not looking through that lens. It's like you're in a bubble of the self-seeking mind. And when you're in there, the pressure, the anxiety, the constant comparison, the lack of just freely being, it never lets up. So can we start to introduce where we bring our presence and just give ourselves a moment throughout the day, moments, small moments of breaks from this, just to open up a little gap so we're not completely in it. It's not completely having us. Because the thing is, what it's doing is it generates, when we're in there, it's so serious, it's so heavy. And so we want to rip it down because that heaviness, the seriousness of it. And also those thoughts generate feelings. And those feelings of anxiousness, anxiety, and depending on your particular lens, who you are, how you've grown up and so on, it depends on how that shows itself, how that expresses itself with you, right? But it's all the same thing. It's all driven by the same nature. So as you become aware of those feelings, and you see how those certain thoughts, that certain thinking which you're looking through is generating certain feelings. You check in with yourself. Okay. Just for this one moment, I let myself just be. And the mind comes in again, just let it go. It's okay. And through your awareness of seeing your own patterns as they play out, you see the patterns and you start to see how those patterns are having you, how those patterns are then catching you, and then they're driving anxiety again and creating this pressure. You bring your awareness to them. Because wanting to burn the whole thing down is just letting you know the system can't cope with that amount of pressure, that level of anxiety of it. So you just go, okay, that's natural. Nothing's going wrong here. That will naturally occur when the self-seeking mind does what it does. But it comes a certain point when the suffering increases so much that you start to question this. Why is this happening to me? What is happening here? And this is perfectly natural. This is exactly what needs to happen. It reaches a pitch that then you question it. You start to bring your own awareness to it. Because the suffering is generating so much pain that you have to now address it. And then as you address it and you start to look at it, you start to see the patterns, you start to see it more and more for what it is. And as you see it, you're coming more into your own being, into your own presence here, and seeing the nature of this here. Realizing that the nature and the pattern of this is just what this does. And you only suffer it when you're in it. But the second you see it and you become aware of it again, you see it for what it is. Okay. Okay. And then that becomes the daily practice. Not judging yourself about it, not becoming another goal. This isn't another thing that you have to achieve. This isn't another pressure that you should be like this or you shouldn't be like that. No, it's just literally breathe. See the pattern of it. See how you were caught again in it. And in that awareness, a small gap opens up again. And slowly but surely, you start to find the peace of your own presence. And that is the shift. That's what I call the shift. That is the natural growth. The natural shift from being completely in the self-seeking mind until that reaches a point where it no longer serves you, it's become empty, it just generates suffering, the intensity of it. And then you bring your awareness to your own presence, to your own being, and you start to reorientate yourself. And then you start to feel your own, what I call your own true values, that which you love for its own sake. You start to feel your own joy. for its own sake. You start to feel fulfillment for its own sake because the nature of it feels joyful and fulfilled. And that's the reorientation, that's the shift. And this question is describing the necessity for the shift, a reorientation. And the reorientation starts with bringing your awareness to yourself, to the thoughts, and seeing where you're caught in them.